Hey, Coach Kyle here, and here is my hip and glute routine. A lot of these exercises and the general routine is based off of something from Kinetic Revolution, so they're a great website, check them out. And I'm going to do this live so you can follow with me, and it takes a few minutes, but it's not terribly fatiguing or difficult routine. It's more about general strength and mobility. So here we go. First is a hip flexor stretch. And with that one, we're going to stretch. You'll feel it right through here. And it's important not to just lean forward and try to stretch, but instead tilt your pelvis forward and squeeze your glutes. And then you'll really feel it all through here. Now we'll do 20 seconds static, switch, 20 seconds static, and then we'll do 20 on, 20 off. So it'll be 20 reps on, light, stretch, and then relax for a second. So first we'll do 20 seconds static. And then switch. And so remember, we're not just tilting forward our upper body, but we're simply tilting the pelvis and engaging the glutes. And then you'll feel that stretch through here. 20 seconds. It even helps to put your hand on your glutes to feel them kind of activating. Now we're going to do 20 reps of just a short 1 second stretch and then a release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And this is an important stretch, especially because it's an active stretch. So you're not simply grabbing a limb and pulling it to stretch, but you're using your muscles and your own body to actually actively stretch the area. And we'll do 20 more. And with so many people sitting for so long, these hip flexors can tighten and shorten. So doing a consistent, regular hip flexor stretch can sort of help that balance out a little bit. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Okay, now we're doing the glute bridge with abduction. This is a nice glute med and max exercise. And the glute bridge is superb movement, and we're going to add a resistance band abduction with the knees. So you can remember, abduction means to take away, to abduct, like when you abduct somebody, and you're moving away from your center line. So with the bridge, you lift your pelvis, squeeze your glutes. You can basically go as high as you can go. And when you get to the top, open up your knees. So we're going to do 10 of those with a 5-second movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And down. That's 1. And tighten those glutes as tight as you can. Lift up your hips as much as you can. That's 5. Number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a progression of this would be to do more reps, hold it for longer, or you could use a higher resistance band. If you wanted to regress the exercise, you could do less reps, softer band, or you could do no band at all, depending on your strength. Number 5. Number 6. And when you're up at the top, you're basically squeezing your glutes and trying to lift your belly button up basically as hard and high as you can. I think this is number 7. Number 8. Number 9. And number 10. Okay. Okay, so this is the hip hitches next, and I've never seen these before. James at Kinetic Revolution did a video on them, and it's a continuous butt stretch, and it's a glute med exercise again. The glutes are so important. Every day should be hip day if you're a runner and you want to improve. As Jay Johnson says, this is a need to do, not a want to do. You need to do consistent strength and mobility. And this hip hitch exercise has you stand one-legged on a block. I don't have a block, but I have Tim Noakes books. So I've got Lore of Running and Waterlogged. If you haven't read them, you should read them. They're also good as block substitutes. But what you'll do is you'll stand on with one leg here and one leg off the side, and as you'll see, it's a hip hitch. Okay, so like I said, this is a glute medius exercise, kind of to prevent the hip drop that you'll often see in runners, especially weak runners and or later in a run. But you stand on the block or your Tim Noakes books, and a slight bend, and then you basically lower and drop your hips and keep that butt clenched, and we'll do this 20 times.
And it's not a hard movement, but if you do 20 reps, 1 second on, 1 second up, down, 40 seconds, continuous butt, glute, med, flex, hold with the movement, it starts to burn a little bit. If you need to progress it, you can do more reps. I suppose you could put a weight on your ankle. I suppose you could put this foot on an uneven surface, such as a small pillow. Okay.
And that's the hip hitch. Okay, so here's the classic crab walk resistance band. I'm going to do 15 on each side, and the progression would be to do more or use a tighter band. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And that really gets a pretty decent burn going, especially if you're using a fairly snug band. And then we're going to do a little hopping drill that I've been doing for years, and I'm a huge fan of it. And it's basically one-legged hop, but instead of hopping forward or to the side, you're keeping your body in place, and you're just moving your ankle, your foot back and forth. And again, it's all about the hips. And this is a great, very running specific, dynamic hip strengthening. So I'm just going to do, I'll just do 10 hops. And if you want to progress, you can do more. You could hold a medicine ball or a weight, a kettlebell, a dumbbell, to add a little weight, a little resistance if you want to progress the movement. And switch sides. You could go forward and backwards as well if you wanted. Let's do 10 reps of that. Like I said, that's a very dynamic, running specific strengthening drill. And if you want to progress or do a different variation of that, then you could hop like a foot over and then a foot over, and you're moving the upper body as well. So both are good, they're just different. All right, so that was a very running specific, dynamic, however fairly general, non-super fatiguing hip strengthening routine. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you do it regularly and consistently, and it will make you more injury resistant, less injury prone, and a better runner.